Welcome to Arlington High School for some bonus basketball coverage. We are in the second half of the girls' JV game, Arlington versus Malden. We are anticipating, or getting things ready, I should say, for the varsity basketball game between the girls' varsity team from Malden and the girls' varsity team from Arlington. That game is set to tip off at 7 o'clock, and it's senior night tonight, so there will be a short ceremony before the game honoring the 5 seniors for Arlington. So stay tuned for that. But before that, we'll give you some bonus coverage of the Arlington junior varsity team, who currently leads 26-10 after a strong first half. Arlington scoring leaders in the first half. Tessa McCulloch with 7, Maddie Gavin with 5, Papacha Dolu with 4, Lucy Pogue with 2, Mari Morrison with 3, excuse me, Serena Doman on the board with 2, and Sophie Rodriguez Mulholland also on the board with 2. So strong start for the Spy Ponders, good distributed scoring. My name is Lewis McCulloch, and we thank ACMi for the use of the equipment to bring the game to you live. Meredith Carmen inbounds the ball to Tessa McCulloch, who brings it over for the Spy Ponders. Malden with the steal. Shot from Malden is no good. They collect the offensive rebound. Second shot, no good. Doman with the rebound. She finds McCulloch, who drives. Another steal by Malden. And a foul by McCulloch on the attempted steal back. Malden shot no good. McCulloch is able to corral the rebound. She finds Doman, who pushes the ball up ahead quickly. Dolu drives, kicks it out to Doman, finds Morrison, open for 3. Shot long, Dolu with the rebound, finds McCulloch, who puts it up. Shots off. Morrison, nice job coming in to tie up the loose ball and force a jump ball that'll stay Arlington basketball. Dolu inbound to McCulloch, who brings it up to reset the offense for Arlington. Carmen in the high post, brings it back out, finds Doman cutting to the middle. She goes up, nice scoop shot, gets her own rebound, and Malden collects the defensive rebound this time. Quick jump ball called by the referee. That one's going to go to Malden on the baseline out of bounds. Coach Pazia applying some pressure. Forces the ball down low. Good recovery defense by Arlington. And the Arlington defense continues to be strong. A lot of missed shots by Malden tonight. Good pressure being applied by the Spy Ponders. Carmen open for 3, and she'll hit that one. 29-12. Arlington with a comfortable lead at this point. McCulloch finds Doman. Swings it out to Morrison. She drives, kicks it to McCulloch, who drives to her left. Puts up the floater, gets it to go. Nice motion offense being run by the Spy Ponders there. Good look. Nice ball movement. Malden up ahead quickly. But again, Arlington's back on defense. McCulloch forces the turnover. That's going to be Arlington ball. McCulloch inbounds to Doman, gets it right back. McCulloch a little strong to Carmen there. Had her player sealed. And good hands by Carmen, forcing another jump ball. This one will be back to the Spy Ponders. Substitute in Misha Zaikori replacing Mari Morrison. Dolu gets the ball into McCulloch, who uses the Doman screen and gets it back to her. Saves it, but Malden comes up with the loose ball. Nothing doing for Malden, and they're going to take an outside shot that's no good. They are getting a lot of offensive rebounds, which give them credit. They're getting some second and third chances. Just one extra time on this possession as Doman is able to get the rebound and bring it up for Arlington. She finds Zaikori. Swings it to Carmen, open for three. No good. Good rebound by Doman. And she'll loft it up. McCulloch with the offensive rebound. She'll be fouled on the putback attempt. She'll go to the line for two. First shot from McCulloch is up and good. She was 1 for 1 from the free throw line in the first half. Substitutions being made by the Malden coach. 2 new bodies in for them. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Second shot from McCulloch, no good, but Doman does a nice job tracking down the offensive rebound. Kicks it up top to McCulloch, who finds Zaikori. Carmen open for three on the corner. A little long, but Dolu's able to track it down. She finds McCulloch, who swings it to Zaikori. Drives, uses the Carmen screen. She drives and puts it in. Nice finish. Sort of a reverse spin. Gets it to go off the backboard. Arlington now leading 34-12. Good help defense as the Spy Ponders do a nice job talking, communicating on defense, and handing off their players. Great hands by Dolu to pick that ball off and bring it up. Doman surveys, finds McCulloch, thought about it, decided to drive. Nice little finish, floater on the left-hand side. Good ball pressure being applied by Zaikori. And great hustle by Serena Doman. Didn't get the turnover, but forced it out of bounds. It's going to be deep possession for Malden. 2 players in for Arlington. Julia and Maddie replacing Tessa and Poppy. Good stretch for both of those players. Malden shot no good, and Maddie Gavin with the rebound. Julia brings the ball over half court, finds Zaikori. Carmen will take a three and make it. And the Arlington offense is really flowing tonight. 39-12, a minute to go here in the third. Good drive by Malden, gets the bucket. Important shot for them just to get something going offensively. Julia Roque da Silva brings it over half court. Gavin to Carmen, Carmen into Doman. Doman puts it up and in. Strong inside presence, good finish by her. It's going to be a foul on Julia, a little too aggressive on the drive. Malden shot up and falls. Under 35 seconds here in the third. Couple buckets in a row by Malden. See how Arlington responds. Gavin drives through two players. Oh, unlucky. Ball tipped out of her hand. Malden with the steal. 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Shot is up and good. A good little run here by Malden. Closing with 6 points here in the third. Zaikori puts it up, can't get it to go, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Your Arlington Junior Varsity Spy Ponders leading 39-18, heading into the fourth quarter. A reminder that this live stream will remain open. We'll be broadcasting the girls' varsity basketball game as soon as this one ends. And that game will be preceded by a ceremony honoring the 5 senior basketball players for the girls' varsity team this evening. So one change to the Arlington lineup here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Sophie Rodriguez-Mulholland has entered the game for Arlington. Malden drive and finish, like Corey with the rebound. Doman finds Zaikori, swings it to Gavin. She'll drive, kick it back out to Sophie, who is able to, Misha Zaikori is able to collect the ball, bring it over for Arlington. It's going to be called for a travel. And again, Coach Pazzi is saying, hey, just relax, just pass the ball. You had time, it's all right. So give us a minute. We've got my full crew has arrived. I'm joined by Phil Ryan on the camera. About to be joined by Jeff Spector on audio for some bonus coverage, bonus color commentary of this JV girls basketball game. Arlington leading 41-18. Good evening, Jeff. Welcome. Glad to have you. Hope you got your practice started all right.
We did. Looks like a big lead here for the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, Arlington has played a phenomenal game so far, off to a really strong start in the first half, leading 25-10 at halftime. Pressure continued in the third. And defensive pressure combined with just a lot of distributed scoring has things kind of going the Spy Ponder way so far.
Love when we get the night started off with a good win by JV.
Yeah, we'll get the exercise the demons early against Malden, and hopefully this momentum can carry over for the senior night for the girls. Tip-off scheduled for that one right around 7 o'clock. So Coach Pazia with the timeout there. I think probably, they've got this game and one more remaining. So he's, going to take all the opportunity that he can just to work on some things, get some different lineups in there, get the team trying a few different things on offense and defense. I would think he's pretty pleased with how things have gone so far. But, as with most coaches, there's always room for improvement. So we'll see what the plan is coming out of that timeout. Looks like no changes to the Arlington lineup. So just a little bit of a strategy timeout for him. Although, as I say that, he brings McCulloch over to the bench, over to the scorer's table, ready to check in at the next dead ball. So Doman into Rodriguez-Mulholland, and Doman will bring it up through the pressure without any trouble. Finds Julia. Sophie drives. Back out to Julia. He'll take a three. Can't get that one to go. Malden is able to collect the rebound. Great defense being applied by Gavin and Zykori. Really, the whole Spy Ponder team is playing excellent defense tonight. Good offensive rebound by Malden. They'll get the bucket to go. Cut the lead to 17, 41-24. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Zykori surveys, finds Gavin. Thought about the drive, decided to drive instead. She's going to get fouled, and she'll go to the line for two. Maddie Gavin probably coming off her best game a couple nights ago against Lexington, where she just erupted in the second half, hitting a bunch of shots. Really fun. The team was getting into it. They were finding her, and she was just knocking them down. So can't get the first free throw to go. She did have a good first half with 5 tonight, as Pazia makes a couple of subs with, let's see, that's Phoebe Klein-Taylor and Tessa McCulloch returning to the game, replacing Sophie Rodriguez-Mulholland and Misha Zykori. Did we get a violation there, Jeff, on the free throw?
Yep. Somebody jumped in a little early.
All right, Arlington violation, Malden ball. No change to the score. Malden doing a better job this half so far, attacking the basket and getting offensive rebounds. As they do there, they get 2 in a row and get the putback, cutting the lead to 15. Arlington needs to settle down and get something going offensively again. McCulloch drives, finds Julia for 3. Can't get that one to go. And Phoebe can't quite track down the rebound. It'll be Malden basketball.
Looks like Arlington can really penetrate right off the top if they want to. Looks like last couple possessions, obviously they've had the wide open 3 in the corner. But it looks like coming down, they're pretty much setting that high pick, and at that point, the point guard can really just dictate what they want to do.
Shot off for Malden. Can't get the offensive rebound that time, and Doman pushes the ball up to McCulloch, who drives all the way down. Nice left-handed finish. Her strong night continues as she's now up to 14 points. And Jeff, I agree with you. They've been able to attack pretty much the whole night. A lot of what they were doing in the first half was sort of motion offense, and whenever they wanted, they could turn that corner and go right down the middle. If they get back to that, they could push this lead back up again a little bit more and get it comfortable. Mari Morrison and Papi Dolu back into the game, replacing Julia Rock da Silva and Maddie Gavin. Turnover for Malden. Tessa McCulloch is able to collect the steal. Morrison to Doman, who brings it up and finds Morrison. Thought about a three, decided to kick it to McCulloch. She'll find Doman. So Morrison's open for three, but so's Dolu down low. Great look. Oh, can't get the shot to go. Nice find by Doman. And she's able to force a turnover. It'll stay Arlington ball. McCulloch to Morrison. Up top to Dolu. Malden almost with a steal, but it's going to be out of bounds. Spy Ponder ball. Dolu surveys, gets the ball into Phoebe. She goes up, finds Morrison. Nice shot by Mari, and good offensive rebound by Phoebe. 45-26, Arlington lead back up to 19, 3:30 left in the game. Malden shot no good, and Morrison gets the rebound. McCulloch to Dolu, up top to Doman. She goes right through the defense and finishes.
What a drive.
Yeah, Doman's been doing that all season, really working on that Euro step to finish. Pretty powerful weapon. Great defense by Morrison. And now McCulloch on ball. Doman with active hands. And yeah, that's going to be a shooting foul, I think called on Dolu. Yep, number 5, Poppy. And Malden will go to the line for 2.
I think for both teams, we always talk about this even during the varsity games where, you know, you have a 20-point lead late in the fourth quarter. I think it's hard for both teams to necessarily keep focus all the way through, and I think you're seeing that a little bit with Arlington on the defensive glass, giving up a few offensive rebounds to Malden. And then on the other end, you know, as Arlington's attacking the rim, you see Malden not necessarily wanting to slide over, try to take a charge, and, you know, kind of play a little bit of Olay defense, and Arlington will just keep taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jeff. I think that, you know, a lot's going well for Arlington. The one thing I think Coach Pazia and his brother Joey were going to be a little upset by is the lack of rebounding and the number of second and third chances that Malden's getting. As Doman and McCulloch come out, replaced by Zykori and Carmen.
It's hard, right? Like, it takes a little bit of a twisted mentality to be up by 20, and as a player to say, yeah, but I want to win by 30. And then if you're up by 30, be like, yeah, that's nice. I'd rather win by 40. And to literally just maintain that intensity at both ends of the court where it's never enough. It doesn't matter what you're up by. You want to be up by 10 more, and just you bring that to every possession. You try to steal the ball every time the other team puts it on the ground. And, you know, every time you have it on offense, it's like, yeah, I'm going to score again on you. Again, I think I admit it is a little bit twisted in some regards. But that's ultimately what you're looking for in these games, because it's a sport. You know, you're out there to do a job, and if the other team doesn't like it, then it's up to them to stop it.
I agree, and for inspiration, all the girls would have had to do was watch the Celtics last night as they had that mentality against Brooklyn, continuing to pour it on. And good energy here shown by the Spy Ponders with some attacking play and some offensive rebounding. Morrison now to the line for 2 shots as she was able to attack and get fouled on the way to the bucket.
I think that's the best part about it, right, is, you know, especially in a game like this, like the fact that they're still attacking says a lot. It's easy to fall into the bad habits of like, we're up 20. Like, I'm hoping from the outside I'll take this shot. You know, there's no pressure, and there isn't, right? If you miss, it's not like you're about to lose the game. But working on those drives, working on the dribbling, that's what's really going to help in the long run.
Morrison 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Arlington lead up to 22, 48-26. A couple more subs for the Spy Ponders as Roque da Silva and Rodriguez-Mulholland into the game, replacing Klein Taylor and Dolu. And the other thing, Jeff, I think here, especially for as Misha Saikori comes up with a steal, and she drives and finishes with the left. Nice job, Misha. The other thing that you have for motivation for the JV team is you look over to the bench, and right behind the bench you see the varsity head coach watching your game, right? So there's always that factor which is there for these girls, and you can see that as all of them, no matter who comes in for Coach Pazia, is playing hard.
It is amazing. And I say it as a I say it as a coach, but I also say it as a parent of a daughter who played JV last year, where it is never lost on the players when the varsity coach is in the gym and watching what you're doing. It gives a lot of motivation to do the right thing at all times and to try to leave your mark on the game.
Malden 3 last time down gets them to 28 points. Spy Ponders now at 50. Good scoring output for them. Just under a minute now left in the game. Rodriguez-Mulholland with the rebound. She finds Morrison, who gets it to Carmen. Brings the ball up herself. Swings to Zaikori. Tried to find Carmen cutting, but the ball ends up in the hands of Julia, who puts up the floater. Can't get that one to go. Malden rebound, and we have 40 seconds left. So great win here for the junior varsity team on their home finale for the season. They will have one more game next week on the road at Methuen. Good opportunity for them. One of the few games that they have lost this season, so they'll get a chance to avenge that later on. But I think Coach Pazia is going to be pleased with this one. And as we've mentioned, hopefully the energy continues as the varsity girls take on with the Malden varsity here at about 7 o'clock. That's going to do it. Final score 50 for Arlington, 28 for Malden. This stream will stay open for the varsity game, and we're also going to bring the girls' senior night ceremony to you live, so stand by for that. We'll be back with you in a few minutes.
everyone. Welcome to Arlington High School for tonight's girls varsity basketball game between the Tornadoes from Malden High School and your Arlington Spy Climbers. Before we begin, we'd like to honor our graduating senior class members of the girls basketball team. And on behalf of the administration and the student body of Arlington High School, welcome to senior night and a matchup between Malden and Arlington. Tonight we honor not only the Arlington seniors who play for our team, but also the parents and families who have stood by and cheered for these athletes all along the way. First, we'd like to recognize the Malden High School seniors who have also enjoyed watching on the court over the years. We wish them the best in their future endeavors. Please give a round of applause for number 11, Angie Colin. Number 24, Corey Mann. Number 32, Daniela Salini. Congratulations on your hard work and best of luck in your future endeavors. And now it's time to celebrate our 5 hardworking and fun seniors who have been important members of this basketball squad. Please welcome the class of 2024. First, wearing number 4 is co-captain Gianna Palillo. Gianna is captained by her parents Lisa and John Palillo. Our next senior is number 10, Jane Flority. Jane is accompanied by her parents, Victoria Arthur and Tom Flority, her twin sister, Eva, and her brother, Peter. Please welcome our next senior, wearing number 16, Zoe DeAngelis. Zoe is accompanied by her parents, Sally and John DeAngelis. Our next senior is number 20, Aaron Grande. Lucy and John and her brothers Matthew and John Jr. Senior, please welcome number 21, co-captain Lily Paul. Lily is accompanied by her parents Melissa and Peter Grundy. To our senior Spy Pounders, we have loved watching you play and grow as people and players over the years. Fans, let's have one more round of applause for the graduating class of 2024 Arlington Girls Basketball. And now at this time, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visitors for Malden. Starting at guard, senior, number 11, Angie Malone. Also at guard, junior number 3, Kim Truckman. At guard, junior number 5, Ina Tomedi. Starting at 1-4, junior number 4, Amanda Ebenezer. And starting at the other forward, senior number 24, Tori Blackman. The head coach for Malden is Mr. Scott Moreno. And now this time, let's meet the starting lineup for your Arlington Spy Pounders. Starting at guard, senior number 21, Lily Paul. Also at guard, senior number 4, Gianna Palillo. Also at guard, senior number 20, Erin Grundy. Starting at 1-4, senior number 15, Zoe Dean. And starting at the other forward, senior number 10, Jane Florey. Head coach is Nick Martinelli. At this time, you please ask that your Romans join the men. Rise to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to Arlington High School for this final girls varsity basketball home game of the season between Malden High School and your Arlington Spy Ponders. My name is Lewis McCulloch alongside Jeff Spector with Phil Ryan on the camera, and we'd like to thank ACMi Sports for the use of the equipment to bring today's game to you live. Tonight is senior night for Arlington, which is always a great celebratory occasion. Arlington's 5 senior players were honored just moments ago, and it was awesome to see them get to share the court with family members. Tonight, the Spy Ponders get another crack at Malden. They lost a close game exactly a month ago at Malden, losing by a score of 40-36, and will be looking to improve upon that result here at home. Good evening, Jeff. What are your thoughts heading into tonight's matchup?
I guess first and foremost, I expect a win tonight. And if we don't get a win tonight, it's flat out a disappointment. We should have won a month ago. It was not one of our better performances on multiple levels. In no uncertain terms, girls are going to win tonight. Always a little bit of extra juice in the air on senior night, last home game of the season. And, personally, I can't believe I'm saying this, but, I can't even watch senior night ceremonies without it getting to me at this point. Time is finite. Things move quickly. And I really hope these girls go out and I just want to see them take it right to Malden. I want to see these seniors get us off to a good start. And then, bring in whoever we want to bring in and just keep rolling.
I love it. And just to reiterate that, it is senior night, and so all 5 of the Arlington seniors get the start, which is awesome to see. Number 4, co-captain Gianna Palillo, is joined by number 10, Jane Clordy, number 16, Zoe DeAngelis, number 20, Erin Grande, and number 21, co-captain Lily Paul. Some nerves early on as both teams have turned the ball over once, so scores 0-0. Malden will bring it up and try to settle in. One thing that the senior players do bring for Arlington is a little bit of toughness, a little bit of size, more size than Arlington shows, as both DeAngelis and Clordy have a little bit of height, which is good, so we are able to collect the rebound, and Captain Paul brings it over for Arlington. She'll find DeAngelis. Swings it up top to Palillo. Drives into trouble. Able to get the shot up. Great offensive rebound by DeAngelis. Can't get that putback to go, and it'll be Malden ball. Malden on board first. 2 points for them. Number 24 had a strong game the first time we played Jeff. She's a player that we need to watch and kind of keep in check a little bit for us to have a good chance tonight.
Two good looks the last 2 possessions.
Good defense, block shot there. Paul with the rebound, pushes up ahead for Arlington. Gets the ball into DeAngelis. Kicks it back out to Paul. Sets the offense. Up top to Clordy. Backdoor screen, balls to Palillo. She'll take the 3. Good block shot by number 4, and she's out up ahead. Is able to finish 4-0 early lead for Malden. I believe we've got an Arlington timeout. Coach Nick Martinelli pulling people over, resetting the lineups as we are just under 2 minutes into this game. Just over 2 minutes into this game, excuse me. Arlington down 4-0.
Kind of tough start. I mean, on the whole, the defense from the 5 seniors was actually pretty strong. There was one good drive there by Malden. The first bucket was a good drive. Second one, again, I think it was off second chance. And unfortunately, I mean, we had a couple good looks. I mean, it could easily be 4-4 or 4-2 right now. So not ideal from that standpoint. And kind of, again, would love to have seen the seniors maybe get a little bit more run here at the start of the game. Just to give them the time. They've certainly earned it. They've paid their dues. But at the same point, I know Coach, again, he expects to win this game. They need to win this game. And I think it's one of those situations where knowing that sometimes we struggle with our offense, probably doesn't want to let it potentially snowball where you're down 6 or 8 either.
So onto the court for Arlington. Juniors Wheezy Mueller, Alina McCulloch join sophomores Melina O'Hagan, Avery Spector, and Eileen Lucas. Spector brings the ball over. Finds Lucas in the corner. Melina up top, finds Alina, swings it out to Wheezy. Throws it away. It's going to be an Arlington turnover. Malden drives, Good hands by Mueller to block that shot. Spector with the rebound and pushes up ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, number 4 from Malden with a block. She's very good defensive player. And Malden up ahead quickly for 2 more points. Their 3rd layup of the game. 6-0 early for Malden. And Arlington just needs to settle in here. Spector open for 3, she'll take it. Gets a good look. McCulloch with the offensive rebound, can't get the ball to fall. And Coach Martinelli imploring his team to use the backboard. That's gonna be an over and back on Malden. Turnover back to Arlington. And we've seen stretches like this before, Jeff, where Arlington just kind of needs to figure out a way to crack the lid off the hoop. Once they do that and settle down, things can turn quickly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, they literally just got to find a way to put it in. Another block.
Yeah, Arlington's going to have to avoid driving into number 4. Good pull-up by Weezy to get the shot. Can't get it to go. Touched out by McCulloch, but unfortunately Malden brings the ball up. I think recognizing that Malden's in a little bit of a zone with number 4 hanging back there, just going to change. If we adjust our offense to account for that, I think we'll be okay. Great steal by Lucas. Passes the ball up ahead to McCulloch. A little bit hot on that pass. And again, take a deep breath. Start the game over. Settle in. There's opportunities there.
Totally.
Tough call. That's going to be a blocking foul on Lucas. First of the game for either team.
Yeah, like you were talking about, you have to understand that, and it's not the first time, right? Like there have been a number of games this season where the teams we play have bigs that sit down low, and you just have to understand, and it's happened to Avery twice now, but it applies for all of them. You have to understand that when you're going to drive to the hoop, when those girls are waiting for you, you have to pull up short. Unless you can do that, if you can throw a bounce pass across the paint and find a lean on the low block, you're going to have a bunch of nice layups.
And that's great pressure being applied by Arlington after getting on the board. Weezy Mueller with an assist. Nice dish to Melina O'Hagan for the first 2 for Arlington. 2 turnovers in a row by Malden, and I think the defensive pressure for Arlington starting to pay dividends.
And I'd like to think that's what we should be able to do to them all night long. We should be able to put them under immense pressure.
McCulloch collects the ball, finds O'Hagan for her 4th points of the game. Nice assist by McCulloch, finding O'Hagan for the points. Good active defense, got her hand on that one, but Malden's able to maintain possession. 4-6 now, Arlington down 2. Getting into the rhythm of the game finally, and that's got to be a jump ball, or yep, okay, that's going to be a turnover on Malden. The 3rd turnover, I think, in a row here, Jeff, for Malden. Arlington pressure doing a nice job as Paul replaces Spector. Good defensive pressure and rebounding by Spector early on in this game.
Yeah, and good to get Lily back in there. Certainly be able to keep up the defense. And it looked like Coach was probably talking to Avery a little bit about just, I'm assuming probably what we were talking about, which is just, you can't really take it right into her. You have to pull up and float it over the top. And if you're going to try to take it into her, you actually have to initiate the contact to create space,
right,
so you can get the shot up.
That's going to be a foul on O'Hagan. 2nd foul of the quarter for Arlington. Malden ball on the baseline. Good closeout by McCulloch, number 23. I remember from the last game too. She's a good outside shooter. One of the better outside shooters for Malden.
She had a couple big threes in the second half.
She did, yep.
Yeah.
She did. When they made their run in the second half, 23 was key, along with 24. That foul was on Lily, I believe. And number 4 for Malden to the free throw line for 2. First one, no good. 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter. Arlington trailing 4-6. Second shot down for Malden's number 4. Paul sets the offense for Arlington, finds Lucas. Melina out to McCulloch, open for three. She'll take it. Can't get that to go. Gets the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Paul, who'll take a three. Bank shot, not quite. Malden rebound.
Good play.
Oh, good hustle by Paul. Couldn't quite keep that one in bounds. Good crowd here on a Tuesday night for senior night. That's an errant pass that McCulloch is able to collect. She'll drive and finish. Arlington now down by just 1 point. Great recovery. And that's going to be a Malden timeout, as Arlington has really flipped the script here. After being down 6-0 early, they've closed it to a 1 point deficit, trailing 6-7 now with 2:20 here in the first.
And again, I think it just stems from the speed, athleticism. They're just not letting Malden get set up. Push comes to shove, right? I think we've caused them some problems in the backcourt. And even though we haven't necessarily turned them over in the backcourt, it's leading to turnover in the midcourt, either in the form of rushed passes or just Malden players sort of being out of position, and then the second and third passes are falling apart. We're just not letting them get clean looks at the basket. I mean, period. The flip of it is, if those turnovers don't directly lead to a layup for us, we're still struggling to do anything within our half court against them. But again, realistically, and I think this is what was so frustrating from a month ago, we should be able to put them under enough pressure on a full court press and even just straight up man-to-man defense if they get over half court, and be able to turn that into transition basketball. We shouldn't need much more than that to win the game. Anything else is gravy. Anything else should just be able to be what makes it a 10, 15, 20-point win instead of a 2-point win.
And we talked about it off air, Jeff. I think the way this team has been playing recently, games, good, solid games, upset victory against Belmont, solid blowout victory against Melrose, and then a very impressive showing earlier this week against the top-ranked Lexington team. If we play like that, we should be able to control this game. And that's going to be a travel. I was wondering which way the referee was going to call that one. That's going to be a travel turnover for Malden, back to Arlington. Lucas inbounds the ball to Paul. Up to McCulloch. Open for three, decides to pass it up top to O'Hagan. Lucas drives. Good ball movement by the Spy Ponders. McCulloch finds Mueller, who gets it to Lucas, who's able to drive in. Can't get that one to go. That's a nice shot. She is able to get an offensive rebound and force a jump ball. It's going to stay Arlington basketball as senior captain Gianna Polillo returns to the game, replacing Lucas.
A little thing McCulloch did there, which was great, was she drove in. Number 4 was waiting for her, but she actually stopped, pivoted, found her target, and then made a great pass out. She didn't panic. She didn't jump and try to throw some backwards pass in midair. Completely under control. Great composure.
Tough shot by number 24, who gets her own rebound, and that's going to be a foul. 2 shots for her. I believe they got Gianna on that one.
I mean, so far, I mean, my early thought is if they can keep 24 out of the paint, keep her away from the rim with the ball in her hands, and then like we talked about, 23 is a shooter. I mean, those look like the 2 things that could, potentially put us in trouble or keep Malden close in this. So, ultimately that's 1A and 1B of what you have to take away. And at that point, if there's another option for Malden that beats you, that's what you have to live with. But we have to take those 2 things away.
Rebound from McCulloch. She brings the ball up herself. Surveys, finds Paul, gets it back. She'll drive, tries to find O'Hagan in low, doesn't get it, but no harm, no foul. Open for 2, takes that one and knocks it down. And again, Jeff, I like that. If you're open, take the shot. Don't drive it into number 4. If you've got space, take the shot.
Especially from there, right? I mean, that's a great shot. She's probably 6-7 feet inside the 3-point line. It's a mid-range jumper. For decades, that's what basketball was. That's what you work to get. So it's a great shot.
That ties the game at 8 for Arlington. Malden with a 5-second count. Great defense by Arlington to force that turnover. Mueller's going to inbound the ball now on the sideline for the Spy Ponders. Gets it into Lucas. We've got just over a minute left in the quarter. Paul open for three. She'll take it. Can't get that one to go. O'Hagan with an offensive rebound. Paul to Mueller. Lucas open for three. Would love to see one go down for her. She's been taking good shots all season. Good hands by Mueller, and then O'Hagan to scoop up the steal. She'll gather and get the ball to Lucas. Open for three, thought about it. Gets it back in the corner. It's a good shot with good arc, but those are going to start falling for her. And there's number 24 doing what she does for Malden, driving and finishing. Martinelli, Coach Martinelli, not happy with that, calls the timeout for Arlington, trailing now by 2, 10-8.
They just have to make it more difficult on her. I mean, somebody has to slow her down at the top. And then, you know, again, if you get beat and you need help, fine. But there was nobody. I mean, nobody even remotely came to step up.
While we have a break in the action, I'd like to remind everyone that this is an ACMi sports production. Numerous Arlington High School sports games and events are filmed by ACMi Sports and made possible by both student and parent volunteers. If you're interested in helping to produce, film, commentate, and/or edit the games, please reach out to us at sports@acmi.tv to find out how you can gain experience and learn sports production while bringing more sports content to the Arlington community. Just over 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Arlington down 2. Here on senior night in Arlington. After a rough start, the Spy Ponders have settled in, closed the gap, and now just need to keep their focus, I believe, on both the offensive and defensive side and see if they can't push out in front in this game. Lucas up to O'Hagan. O'Hagan drives, finds Palillo. Palillo open for three. And Arlington just unfortunately can't get a three to fall right now. They're taking good shots, and if those start to fall, you know, Arlington will be just fine. Malden does turn the ball over, so it's going to stay Arlington basketball. Spector back into the game, replacing Palillo. 10 seconds left here. Inbound pass goes to O'Hagan. Paul now open. Lucas drives. Puts it up. Can't get the finish to go. And that's going to do it. After one, Malden leads 10-8 against Arlington. So, Jeff, at this point, you know, over here on the sideline, my guess is Martinelli is going to basically tell them, look, one quarter down, we're down 2. Let's start over. Let's play basketball. Let's get back to what we do. Let's get back to the way we've been playing recently. We had some fun. We had some emotion. It was senior night. Now we've got to play a basketball game.
Yeah, and I hope that I hope that's what he's saying, and I hope he's really putting it in those terms. My gut, and I know my in my own coaching experience, I mean, I would make the mistake, and I say this because I make this mistake over and over again, is when we go into a game that I know we should be pounding the other team, and we're down 2 or we're tied at the end of the first quarter, my tendency is I kind of light into my team, and I just go right at them. And at this point in the season, I don't think that's necessarily what the girls need or what they need to hear. I think your approach and your tone and tact and logic on it is spot on. There was a lot of emotion in the building. You know, it's a different set of starters than usual, which means then you're pushed back. It takes a couple more minutes to get into everything. Truthfully, you know, if you erase where it was at 6-0, I mean, it's basically a 10-2 game the other way. So, in truth, a lot more went right than wrong. Now there's a job to do. Keep that defense turned up. Keep turning them over. And then find a way to capitalize on offense.
And we've got a clock situation, which the referees haven't noticed. It's going to stay Malden basketball as the referees figure out what's going on here. Change to the Arlington lineup. Isabella Jardine into the game for the first time. And now Zoe DeAngelis into the game, replacing Melina O'Hagan. As Coach Martinelli trying to find the right combination of energy and players here. And the energy has been returned to the scoreboard. And hopefully we can get this game underway.
I think the refs are having a conversation over both the time on the board and maybe whether or not it still should have been a turnover, even though the clock went out. I mean, they're clearly lined up as though it's going to be Malden ball, even though Malden turned the ball over.
I think they're asking about the fouls, but the quarter just reset, so 0 fouls is also correct.
Hopefully in the new gym we'll have a better setup than a long extension cord running across, which I'm guessing what got kicked and caused the power outage.
You mean the one that looks like it's connected by electrician's tape in a couple spots?
It looks like something I have in my garage.
Looks like they are adjusting the shot clock and the game clock, Jeff, so you were right. So they're running 8 seconds off the clock. I'm glad we waited 5 minutes for that. But anyway, we're back, and the clock is perfect. Let's play some basketball. Malden inbounds, and Spector applies the on-ball pressure. And that's going to be an offensive foul on 24. Great job by Avery sticking in there and taking the abuse on the screen. She'll inbound the ball here on the sideline for Arlington.
That's a good part about being a pest on defense. Sometimes it'll draw a couple extra fouls like that because they know they need to do something to disrupt.
Mueller takes a 3. Can't get that one to fall. That's going to be off Eileen. Just touched her heel on the way by. Good pressure by Spector, forcing a loose ball. It's going to stay Malden basketball. Number 4 does a good job staying strong, keeping the ball high. It's going to be foul on DeAngelis. Yep, foul on Zoe. 2 shots for number 4. One thing that makes me a little nervous, Jeff, is in the first game, number 4 for them got in foul trouble and missed some sections of the third quarter and allowed us to stay close. She's definitely a third option, I think, a third dangerous weapon for them, as she's proved already on the defensive side. And gets 1 of 2 free throws to go to push the Malden lead to 3. Spector finds Lucas. Up top to DeAngelis. Gets the ball to Isabella. Jardine drives. Zoe's shot is up. Good rebound by Lucas. She battles.
Whoa.
And is called for a travel, which I don't quite understand since the ball was tied up and it looked like the other ref was coming over to call a foul potentially. She'll be replaced now by McCulloch, and DeAngelis is replaced by O'Hagan. It's a tough break for Eileen, who did a nice job getting the offensive rebound.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say, in general, I don't understand the way the refs sort of call that in the women's game versus how they call it in the men's game has always sort of confused me.
Great defense by Spector. McCulloch picks up the loose ball, can't get the layup to fall, just a little too strong. Avery's doing a really nice job on defense. Wild shot put up by Malden. O'Hagan collects the ball, finds Spector, and she finishes with the left. Great push, great assist from O'Hagan, and Spector with the finish to cut the lead to 1.
In the women's game, when there's as soon as a second player gets their hands on the ball, the refs always seem very quick to basically play the possession arrow, where I feel like in the men's game, they really let them go at it and let the strongest person take the ball.
Oh, that's going to be a blocking foul on Jardine. Unfortunate, I think because she left her feet. She was in the right place, but number 4 is going back to the free throw line. after forcing blocking foul. First shot is short for Malden. Malden, number 23, subs in. Second free throw down, and the lead is 2 for Malden. Spector brings the ball over, finds O'Hagan. Gets it to Mueller. Drives, kicks to McCulloch up top. She drives, kicks it out to O'Hagan. Pump fake on the 3, gets it to Isabella. As the motion offense is getting good ball moving for Arlington, just can't get the shots to fall, and Isabella does get one to go down. That's a great shot by her. Ties the game at 12.
I like that shot a lot more than the the first running hook. I think she was a little further away than she might have at first thought.
And Jeff, we've talked about it. That's the shot that Arlington's going to have to take and make tonight, because that mid-range jumper is there. These girls can make that shot, and they have to recognize that that's where the space is. Just stop and take it.
Yep.
Jardine with another foul. Outside, yeah, not shooting, so that's going to be Malden ball. Sideline out of bounds. Paul back into the game, replacing Bella Jardine. Nice job by Bella. She brings the energy, is in there to muck things up a little bit, throw some bodies around. She does get into foul trouble, but that's not a huge problem.
Yeah, definitely. She brings some really good physicality. That's a charge.
That's going to be an offensive charge. Nice job by O'Hagan and Mueller working together to force that one.
That's got to be number 2 on 24
I believe it is, which we should keep our eyes on. That's, in my opinion, their most dangerous offensive player. So, and she is coming out. So, important stretch here for Arlington to see if we can take advantage while she's out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if we can keep number 4 off the line and just don't let 23 shoot anything uncontested, we should be able to expand the lead at this point.
McCulloch surveys. Drives in, finds O'Hagan. Great dish, great finish.
I feel like Alina and Molina are on the same page tonight.
And then that's really good, right? You drive in, you force number 4 to step to you, and then that pass is open. Molina has a beautiful, easy little layup on the other end of it. Great steal by Spector, and she wisely hesitates, leaves it for O'Hagan.
Great look.
That's great basketball.
I think Avery's like, I've been introduced to her a couple times tonight. There's another way to do this.
And that's going to be another turnover forced by Avery Spector, who is everywhere right now. As Arlington has taken the lead, 16-12, Malden timeout, and the bench for Arlington is fired up with that stretch of play.
She's really been, she is playing some very, very strong defense tonight.
So just playing armchair psychologist here, I'm really appreciating the body language and the vibe coming from the Arlington bench, Jeff. Calm, sort of confident, quiet approach in this timeout and in the previous one, and you can tell it's affecting the players. They're settling in, they're playing with poise, they're playing with confidence. The pace of the game has changed to that Arlington has taken that deep breath and is playing at their pace. It's in control now. It's still fast, it's still quick, it's still putting pressure on Malden, but when we get it, we're in control, and you've seen it with the finishing layups and the finishing assists on the other side.
Yeah, it's a real subtle difference, right? You can be fast and out of control, or you can be fast and completely in control. And I mean, they're making Malden's life miserable. I mean, they are all over them. And I know we keep talking about Avery because she's causing a ruckus up top. But part of why that works is she'll cause a ruckus up top, but then you're denying one pass away on top of it.
Right.
So there's no easy outlet.
Mueller drives, gets the banker to go, and everything's falling for Arlington right now. Great recovery and great hands again. Tip ball, McCulloch able to come up with it. She's going to kick it out to Mueller for 3.
Hit that.
It's good. And Arlington is flying right now.
Gone.
Another turnover. And again, Arlington in the right place, spacing well, playing the passing lanes. Lucas back into the game for Paul as Coach Martinelli continues to bring in fresh bodies and keep the pressure turned up to 10. Mueller up ahead to McCulloch. Uses the O'Hagan screen. Finds Spector, who drives. Can't get that to go. Offensive rebound by O'Hagan. Kicks it out to Spector for 3. It just rims out. And O'Hagan's going to be called for a touch foul underneath. Even there, Jeff, 2 or 3 fantastic opportunities for Arlington to continue to score. Some of those are going to start falling, and this lead's going to grow.
Yep. But to your point, Alina did a great job. She attacked. She drew 2 defenders. She kicked to Avery. Avery started sliding down as the defenders sort of slid away from her. And there we go. There's another. It should have been another turnover.
And it was. Avery said, I'll take care of it. And she's able to get the ball, find McCulloch, who drives up ahead, takes it upon herself and finishes.
Strong take.
And that's going to be a foul. Arlington's 5th called on Lucas. I got to be honest, I don't think Coach Martinelli is happy with the disparity in calls at this point. And he's telling the team, you're playing great, keep it up. He loves the intensity shown by all of the Spy Ponders at this point.
I think the key here for the last 3 minutes is, and I don't think he's going to call the pressure off, but the key for the girls is, don't really swipe at the ball. You don't need to swipe. Just get in position, hands straight up. Keep your hands low, palms up. And that way, if you're going for the ball, you're coming up. You're not going down, so you can't really catch their arms quite as easily. Keep them off the line. Don't give them any freebies like this.
Malden free throw shooter goes 1 for 2. And interestingly enough, Jeff, number 24 for Malden is back in after that fantastic stretch by the Spy Ponders, where they went up by a lot. Avery Spector drives, gets that one blocked. I still like the attack.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lucas finds McCulloch, and that's going to get blocked, and hopefully we haven't forgotten that number 4 is in there, and she can block some shots.
Ooh.
24 with a nice finish.
That's a tough basket.
Up and under, tough basket for her. Cuts the lead to 8. Arlington now leading 23-15. 3 minutes to go. DeAngelis drives, and that's going to be a foul on Malden's number 11. Nice job by Zoe, driving into a dangerous spot. Is that going to be shooting? No, it's going to be on the baseline out of bounds.
Definitely, a little bit of a dangerous spot here. To a point you made earlier, we need to settle in our half-court offense. We really want to get a bucket here, though. We want to push this back to 10+, not let it get back down into the mid-single digits.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a turnover. Spector, nice job getting back on defense. Lucas, great job with the rebound. And she'll take her time and get Arlington into its offense. Finds Spector out to the left, gets it to McCulloch. She drives. And it's going to be a double dribble as she lost the ball going into the key.
Going back to that last defensive possession, you can't coach that any better. I mean, literally, and that's what we were talking about, right? Like, don't swipe at the ball. You don't need to foul. Just run with the girl, hands up, beat her to the block, and force her out wide. Another turnover.
And that's great help defense all the way down on the press. Avery on ball defense, and then McCulloch closing the passing lane down, forcing a very tough pass that goes out of bounds. Arlington ball. Lucas inbounds to McCulloch, who's wide open, and Arlington can attack 3-on-3. Great pass by Mueller.
Zoe on the board.
Gets Zoe on the board for her first 2 of the night. And Malden, almost turns the ball over again, just off the fingertips of Lily Paul. 23 misses. And that's going to be Arlington basketball. Great track by Mueller to box out and force that one out of bounds off Malden. Arlington now up 10 with 2 minutes left here in the second quarter.
And I think that was 23's first shot of the night, but it was wide open. I think they want to try to make sure they don't give her any more of those. That was a nice looking shot.
McCulloch kicks it out to Lucas. finds Paul. Gets it to DeAngelis. McCulloch drives, gets it into Zoe. Paul with the pump fake and the finish. Great job by Lily using the pump fake to get the shot blocker up in the air. Finished on the other end. Number 24 drives and misses. Great job by Zoe DeAngelis with the block shot there, staying in front of the player. And Jeff, like you said, not swiping down, keeping her arms straight up. Great job by her. Martinelli loves that.
And it was nice the refs didn't give the bailout on it. I feel like a lot of times that'll get called even though she really didn't do anything. She just ran with her.
And Arlington forcing the Malden head coach to call timeout before another 5-second call. 1:26 left here in the second quarter. Spy Ponders 27, Malden 15.
It's honestly, I mean, right? Like this has been a strong quarter. What were we at? 10-8 at the end of the first?
10-8 after one, yep.
So, I mean, a 19-point quarter for Arlington, which is, I don't know, if that's not our top quarter this season, I don't know what was, but I mean, we just don't score like that. And what's been great about it, like, yeah, we've knocked down a few, I know Weezy had the 3. Maybe there was one other outside shot, but I feel like everything else was either 3, 4, 5 passes, secondary or tertiary shots off rebounds, or literally just moving the ball around and creating a good look from whatever, 10, 12 feet away, or 4 passes for an interior layup.
Yeah, the offense has been good in that regard where we're just playing a flowing offense. We're just moving the ball and taking the good shots are there. They're not forcing anything. They're just reacting to what the defense is doing. And like you said, you drive in. If the shot blocker comes out, you dump it off, and you've got an easy backdoor layup on the other side.
It's nice high Q basketball, right? You create odd girl situations where it's 4-on-3, 3-on-2. And then you score.
Great block by Mueller. Up ahead to Paul. She hesitates, can't get it to go, and number 4 is able to collect the rebound. Throws that ball up ahead too far, and Lucas's good anticipation and gets the steal. She'll kick it out to McCulloch, who'll find Mueller open for 3. She doesn't hesitate. Oh, can't get that one to fall. Look good from here. Nice to see Weezy stepping into those shots with confidence. She's been shooting great recently.
She definitely has.
Long 3-pointer from Malden, no good. Arlington with the box out, but can't secure the ball. And number 4 is able to squeeze that one over the top for the first points that Malden hasn't been able to score in a while. Trailing 10 now with 40 seconds left here in the half. McCulloch drives, kicks it to DeAngelis, and she drives and finishes.
Great drive.
Great job for DeAngelis. Nice finish, great assist for McCulloch. And she's back. Got her hand on the ball. I think they're going to get her for her other hand maybe down on the waist. But again, I'd much rather have a foul there than an open layup. So, not a bad foul.
Agreed.
Really good stretch here by senior Zoe DeAngelis. Couple big buckets and great defensive play. Free throw rims around and rattles down for Malden.
And you can see how the team feels about the seniors. Zoe scores and the bench goes absolutely wild.
Love it. Palillo into the game, replacing McCulloch. Second free throw for Malden is no good. 1 for 2 at the line, and the lead remains 11. Mueller uses the DeAngelis screen, finds Palillo. Back to Mueller. Thought about the 3. She'll take the second one. Can't get it to go. Number 4 at the rebound. As the quarter runs to an end. Open 3 for Malden, no good. Great rebound by DeAngelis. And that's going to do it for the first half. Very important defensive rebound there by Zoe to ensure that Malden did not get the final shot of the half. Arlington's going to go into the break up 11, 29-18. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back to bring you the third quarter momentarily. Welcome back to Arlington High School for the second half of tonight's matchup against Malden. After a shaky first quarter, Arlington settled down and leads by 11 points here at the beginning of the third. And the starting lineup for the third quarter is going to be both captains, senior Lily Paul and Gianna Palillo, along with juniors Weezy Mueller and Alina McCulloch, and they're joined by sophomore Melina O'Hagan.
Would love to see a fast start here.
I was just going to say, Jeff, important beginning here to the quarter, kind of set the tone. See if we can't put this one away.
Yep, absolutely. You want this at 15-17, you know, halfway through the quarter, not 5-7.
McCulloch finds Palillo, kicks it up top to Paul. O'Hagan gets it as Arlington moves the ball around the outside with ease. McCulloch open, drives in, kicks it out to Palillo, finds O'Hagan. She's going to take that mid-range jump shot, gets it to go.
Wow.
And that is a great start. Good ball movement. Everybody touched the ball. Ends up with a wide open jump shot, and O'Hagan knocks it down. Quick attack by Malden. Rough shot, and that's going to be out of bounds off Malden.
Got away with one there.
Yeah, a little bit over the back,
that press
maybe.
did not work very well. It should have been an easy layup attempt for Malden instead. You know, they got away without, like you said, without getting called for the over the back, but they blew the layup. We got the ball and, you know, again, pushed the lead.
Palillo finds McCulloch, brings it back out, doesn't want to challenge number 4. Takes it on the second drive and does a beautiful job finding O'Hagan. Maybe we found something there, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 4th or 5th time tonight. Alina's driving, getting 2 defenders to slide, and then Melina's wide open on the block.
Tough shot, nice finish by number 5 for Malden.
You know, and I don't want to talk about necessarily things that just seem to always go wrong for us in games, but what's working so well tonight is that, you know, Alina's. There was only one instance I can think where Alina fed the ball to Melina and it wasn't right to her hands. There was one where it went a little bit low, but even on that one, every single time Melina's catching the ball clean and she's going up with it. So we're making the pass, we're making the right pass, we're putting the pass in the right spot. Then the target is catching the ball, and then we're actually doing the last part. We're making our layups tonight.
Yeah.
And again, like, you see how easy they're making it look. The reality is it's never really that easy. Like, a million things can go wrong in the process. But the two of them are just completely teaming up on this tonight and just creating look after look after look. And it takes pressure off, right? Like, but just between the two of them, it's 8 or 10 points in layups for Melina tonight. Only from passes from Melina. That forgets about everything else that we've done. And that's what we've been missing all season.
So Coach Martinelli, pleased with the start here in the third, keeps the lineup the same. Sure, the Malden coach who called that timeout was talking exactly about what you were just mentioning there, Jeff. You know, they have to figure out how to guard that backdoor cut that's there. It's been there all night. So we'll see what adjustments they make. McCulloch brings the ball over, gets it to Mueller. And I love that they're sharing the duties of getting the ball over half court, giving Weezy a chance to operate without the ball as one of the best outside shooters for the team. Gives her a chance to, you know, save some energy, free reign, get open, and when she's open to take that shot.
Definitely.
Paul for 3, can't get it to go, and 3 Spy Ponders in there for the offensive rebound, and Palillo comes up with it. Great active rebounding for Arlington. Good solid screen set by O'Hagan. Mueller drives, can't get that one to go. She's going to get called for the foul, going for the rebound. And I actually like a lot about that possession as well, Jeff. Everything from the attack, offensive rebound, and then Mueller driving and shooting. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, and you know, I would love to know what the Malden coach, you know, is imploring his girls to do, just from a realistic standpoint, because, you know, rightfully so, he's keeping 4 and 24 down low. But truthfully, that creates a huge mismatch up top at all 3 other positions, where Arlington just has a speed advantage.
and we should be able to attack at will. And then it puts 4 and 24 in an awful position. Either they stay home and they give up layups, or they slide over to help. And if we make the last pass, they still give up a layup.
Great defense there by Mueller, forcing a traveling turnover on the Malden point guard. McCulloch brings the ball over, gets it to Palillo as Arlington gets into their motion offense. Mueller swings it to Palillo, finds McCulloch, gets it down low to O'Hagan. Can't get that one to go. But again, another nice offensive possession worked for Arlington to get an open shot. Ooh, and we've got, it's going to be out of bounds off Malden's foot, and appears to be a hurt finger. Maybe, hate to say it, maybe a dislocated finger on the Malden player as Paul swiped down. The Malden coach is complaining for a foul there, but if you know, it's one of these things, Jeff, where if her hand's on top of the ball, you get hit, it hurts like heck. Not necessarily a foul.
Absolutely. That goes back to that whole, you know, is the hand part of the ball or not? But it's also, and again, I've never given a ref a break, at least not this season. I will say that it's a hard call, like, you know.
McCulloch into Spector. And unfortunately, she's going to get called for the turnover double dribble, as she had Lily Paul cutting out. Just didn't, kind of got the ball stuck in her hands there. Arlington leading 33-20 as the Malden coach imploring the referees to call some fouls is working a little bit, and that's going to be called on Paul, and she'll come out of the game, replaced by Lucas. McCulloch forcing 24 baseline. She's going to take that and make it. Strong player. She's quite happy to go baseline. So I don't know if McCulloch expected some help there. It didn't come, and 24 got an easy layup on that one.
There definitely should have been. I don't necessarily know if she was the only one, but at the very least, Avery needed to have turned around, seen her coming, and been able to beat her to the spot.
O'Hagan called for a 3-second violation. And DeAngelis into the game for McCulloch. Arlington lead remains 11. That's going to be a blocking foul on O'Hagan. Arlington's third of the quarter, as we have just over 4 minutes left. Isabella Jardine into the game, replacing Melina O'Hagan.
A little nervous here with what Arlington isn't doing offensively to start this quarter. I mean, the defense has been solid. You know, we haven't really given up too much, but we also haven't done a thing with our offense.
Great job by Isabella diving on the floor.
Oh.
As we have another Malden player down on the ground, as both players went for the ball.
And you could, I don't know if the mic picked it up, but 24 was shrieking in pain.
I think her arm just got caught underneath as two players were diving for the ball. So both teams back to their benches as the coaches talk things over and try to keep the girls focused. It's number 24, definitely in a lot of discomfort right now. You hate to see that. I mean, it was both players, you know, being aggressive, going for the ball. I'm actually amazed there's not more injuries in those types of situations with the hardwood floor and, you know, athletic girls diving, you know, heads, elbows, knees, kind of getting caught. And bad luck here for the Malden player who is seated. She's upright and fine. It's just shoulder or elbow, I think, Jeff, is a likely pain point right now.
Yeah, and you see it all the time where like arms get pinned back. And to your point, you know, somebody's on the ground for the ball, second player, you know, and it's how they're coached, and it's not bad, but you know, the aggressive way to coach is, you know, you basically teach your players, you go down and you tie that ball up, or you go down and you rip the ball out of their arm, you know, out of their hands. And unfortunately, in this case, my gut is the way Isabella landed on her. She did something to your point, either the elbow or the shoulder. And again, 24, she's a hell of a player.
She's a great player.
You know, I enjoy watching her on the court. I enjoy watching, you know, what she can do to this Arlington team and making Arlington adjust to it. This isn't the way you want to control her. You want her healthy and playing.
Totally agree. And the Arlington trainer, Sam, is over to tend to her. Definitely looks like her arm is in pain. So we'll hope that that's nothing major. It will be Arlington basketball as we return to the action. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Mueller brings the ball over. Works it out to Spector, who finds Lucas up top. Gets the ball to Isabella. Drives in. Hands off to Lucas, who does a nice job swinging it back out to Isabella. She'll go in for a running hook. Can't get that one to go. DeAngelis doing a nice job getting on the ground. She's been active tonight, forcing the jump ball that's going to stay Arlington basketball baseline out of bounds.
It's been great getting to watch her play a little bit more, certainly over the last couple of weeks in some of the games, and then definitely tonight. As you commented, she brings a little bit of extra size that we don't normally have out there, and it gives us a better presence down low.
Arlington turnover. No travel called. Lucas applying the pressure on ball.
That one looked awfully clean.
And that's going to be a foul, touch foul on Eileen Lucas, unfortunately. It's the fourth of the quarter on the Spy Ponders. They, I think, incorrectly assigned that to the guest foul spot on the scoreboard. But it'll be Malden ball out of bounds as they get it into number 4. Kick it up top for a 3. It's open and good. That's a big shot for Malden, closing the gap to 8 here as Arlington looking to find some offense again. Been a little bit of a scoring drought. Spector to DeAngelis. Out to Mueller. Uses the Isabella screen, stops and pops. Good shot, couldn't get the backboard to work. But she hustles with Lucas's help.
What a pass.
Get that steal. Great pass. Good attempts by Lucas to get that shot up and force the foul by number 4. She'll go to the line for 2. And nice to see Arlington respond there with a little bit of juice, a little bit of energy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Weezy had eyes in the back of her head to know that she could thread that ball in there.
First free throw for Eileen, no good. McCulloch returns to the game, replacing DeAngelis. Really nice stretch for Zoe. I'm sure she'll be back in the game later on. Second free throw for Eileen, no good. And Arlington looking for a way to get some points. And sometimes, Jeff, what you got to do is keep the defensive pressure up, see if you can't get some steals and get some easy turnovers and breakaway buckets going the other way.
Yeah, I feel like the defense has been pretty solid this quarter, but we're not turning it over and then getting in transition like right here.
Like we just did. And that's going to be a great finish by Lucas. Assist for Weezy. Eileen did a great job of corralling that ball, going up strong, taking the push in the back. She'll go to the line for one shot to complete the three-point play as she pushes the Arlington lead back up to 10.
We had a lot of that in the first half. Just subtle, you know, just a small difference in second. We've had the defense just not getting turnovers and then transition.
Nice work by Jardine to get the offensive rebound. Avery Spector open for 3, takes it, can't get it to go. McCulloch in for the rebound, but Malden's able to gather that one. But immediately Spector applies pressure and allows the rest of the Arlington team to back up into the defense. Defensive intensity has ratcheted up now for Arlington. Number 4 drives, kicks it back out. Good closeout. All the way around. Malden doing a nice job there, working it for an open 3 in the corner. Lucas into Spector as Arlington leads by 7 now. Spector finds McCulloch, who's open. He'll take that shot. Can't get the backboard to work. Avery tips it up and gets it to Isabella, who's able to put it in. Important bucket there for Isabella. Spector doing a nice job keeping the ball alive and getting the assist. As DeAngelis back into the game, replacing Jardine. Great anticipation by Spector. Gets her hands on it, can't quite catch it for the steal, but does knock it out of bounds, forcing Malden to bring it in. Kind of in a tough spot there on the side.
Yeah, I feel like Malden's done a better job not throwing those passes this quarter. They threw a lot of those that we were deflecting in the first half.
And the pesky Avery Spector forces another turnover. She really has been everywhere tonight. Got enough of a distraction and tip on that one to force it off the Malden foot, and it's back to Arlington. She'll bring the ball over half court. Attacks, kicks it out to Lucas, thought about the 3, kicks it back to Spector. She's open, she'll take it. Little short, McCulloch anticipates, finds DeAngelis. Great rebound, offensive rebound for McCulloch, and great finish by Zoe.
I'm gonna call it a pass to Alina, and a great assist by Alina.
Malden in a little bit of pressure.
Beautiful.
McCulloch anticipates, gets the steal. She'll find Mueller, who can't quite gather, but she'll pull it out. Can't get it to go. That's going to stay. That's going to stay Arlington basketball. No, they called the foul on Alina. So Malden will be shooting. I think there's some confusion.
Technical. No, not a technical.
No, I think just some confusion as to why the heck that was called on Arlington, which is why they're now just lining it up for a regular 2 shots, because that was our 5th. We are now in the bonus. Malden to the line for 2. Arlington leading by 11, 39-28. First shot rims out. Second shot is good, and that cuts the lead to 9. No, sorry, 10, 39-29. Mueller brings the ball up, uses the DeAngelis screen, kicks it to Spector, who finds DeAngelis down low, and she'll finish. Beautiful assist for Spector, and another great finish by DeAngelis. And Lucas with the steal, kicks it to Mueller, sidestep, 3-pointers up, can't get it to go, 5 seconds left. And the third quarter ends with Arlington pushing the lead up to 12, 41-29 after 3.
Well, wasn't necessarily, I think, how we would have drawn it up. It was a 12-point quarter for Arlington, most of which they got in the last 3 to 4 minutes. Again, I just would have liked to have seen it up to 15 or 17. I would have liked to have seen a faster start. I would have liked to have seen them start the third quarter kind of the way they finished it. The defense was good throughout. I don't know if it was the same intensity on ball. We did a good job down closer to the hoop when they'd go to score, but I don't necessarily think we were pressuring it quite as much up high outside the 3-point line. And ultimately, I mean, they knocked down 2 threes from shooters who weren't 23. But they were wide open shots. And again, that's, in both of those possessions, Malden did a really good job. They were swinging the ball around. They were making 3, 4, 5 passes to create those opportunities. So a little bit, you got to give them credit for it. On the other hand, I'll always still harp on our defense and say,
it doesn't matter. They can throw 4 or 5 passes. We still need to have somebody within, an arm's reach to do a little bit of a contest. But the good part is it never got down to it got down to like 8 or 9. It never got down to 5 or 6. Same thing here though. It's at 12. Don't screw around. Don't let them hit a shot or two. Don't let them make it a 6 or 7 point game. Push it up, make it 15-17, and put it to bed. And coach can do whatever he wants with the rotations at that point.
Arlington lineup to begin the fourth quarter. Weezy Mueller, Alina McCulloch, joined by Zoe DeAngelis, Eileen Lucas, and Avery Spector. Great defensive pressure by Lucas. Spector is able to gather and steal the ball. She's going to get that one blocked. But DeAngelis gets the ball, kicks it over to Mueller. A little bit of a ragged possession, but Arlington stays active.
I think number 4 was licking her chops on that. As she's like, I know what I'm about to do. I think that's the third, maybe the fourth one she's put back at Avery.
Ball's tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay Malden ball. And that's a 5-second call, a second of the game. And there's been another couple times that Malden almost got called. So Arlington doing a really nice job on the defensive pressure on inbounds plays.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I mean, it's nice to see the effort and the energy pay off.
McCulloch probes, finds DeAngelis. She'll take a shot. She's feeling good. Banks it in. The bench loves it. Zoe DeAngelis on senior night having a night with 10 points, and the energy is carrying over as Arlington gets a turnover. And the Arlington student section's loving it too. Good crowd here for the girls varsity basketball senior night. They're liking what they're seeing from DeAngelis and the rest of the Spy Ponders. Mueller drives, kicks it to Spector, swings it down low to McCulloch, gets number 4 up in the air, and forces a foul. Good ball fake by McCulloch, getting her up in the air. It's going to be Arlington ball, baseline out of bounds. McCulloch up top to Mueller. Uses the DeAngelis screen. Zoe drives and gets fouled. Nice attack. She's feeling a little confidence now. She's feeling good. She'll go to the line for 2 shots, and that's 2 early fouls in the quarter already on Malden here, Jeff, which, if it stays close, could be important down the stretch.
Absolutely. It's just one more avenue you take away from them.
First shot for Zoe's up and good, despite the wild crowd from Malden, the away crowd here, making their voices heard. Second shot no good, but I believe we've got a violation, so that wouldn't have counted anyway. Zoe stays perfect at the free throw line. Malden basketball with Arlington leading now by 15, 44-29. And so far, at least, Jeff, we're getting the start you wanted here in the fourth. McCulloch with the steal, fouled from behind, no call. It's going to stay Arlington basketball.
Yeah, I love the start. Again, there's a lot of teams out there that we could try to press, and it's not going to be effective. This is just one of those games. You can size it up, and you go into it just knowing it should be effective, and then it's nice to see it when it is.
McCulloch drives, can't get the layup to go. Good pressure being applied by Lucas on ball. Fights through the screen. Mueller steps up. There's a nice pass by number 11, finding 4 down low for Malden. She's able to put it in. Lily Paul back into the game for Arlington. She brings the ball over, finds Eileen. Thought about the 3. kicks it over to McCulloch instead. She finds Zoe, drives and kicks it out to Weezy. Mueller drives, finds McCulloch, shots up, no good. And that's going to be off a Malden foot, out of bounds. Great job defensively by Paul getting back and getting in front of the taller Malden player. And Zoe DeAngelis is going to come out of the game. Great round of applause for her. All the coaches and bench standing up to applaud that effort as Melina O'Hagan checks back in. Lucas finds McCulloch, who drives and gets that one blocked by number 4. O'Hagan with the offensive rebound. Paul fakes the 3, gets it to McCulloch. Out to Mueller. Arlington doing a nice job running some clock. Tough pass there. O'Hagan couldn't come up with it. But Paul and McCulloch combine for a turnover, another steal for Arlington. McCulloch pushes the ball up ahead. Drives and can't use the backboard, can't get that one to fall. And we got a little bit of a up and down, back and forth game here. Paul's going to get called for that foul, as Malden's number 4 will go back to the line. We're at 5 minutes to go here. Arlington leading 13. First free throw, no good. Senior captain Gianna Palillo into the game, replacing Weezy Mueller. And the student section loves that, as it is senior night, and Gianna has a good crowd cheering her on. Second free throw up and down for number 4. Palillo inbounds to Lucas. Arlington leading 44-32. Under 5 to go here in the 4th. Paul open for 3, takes it and makes it. Great looking shot with confidence by Lily, and Arlington defense continues to be good. Great job by Lucas, by Palillo to force the steal by Lucas. Paul can't get that 3 to go, but she's able to track down a long offensive rebound. Finds McCulloch, and everybody settles down, takes a deep breath, runs a little clock. Arlington up 15 now. McCulloch drives, kicks it down low to O'Hagan. Pass was anticipated well by number 4 for Malden, and Palillo is going to get called for a foul. And again, the defensive pressure, unbelievable by Arlington. That's going to stay Arlington basketball off of a Malden heel. They're really trapping well, Jeff. That sort of the double team trap on both sides near half court is forcing just a whole bunch of problems for Malden. O'Hagan drives, can't get that one to go.
Yeah, this is as effective as our trap has been all season, and consistently throughout the game. Which again, there have been some very tough games this year for us, and so it's nice to see. Like that right there is a perfect example of like the little stuff though in other games, where when you miss that quick outlet pass, which would have led to a very easy layup. Those are the ones that come back to bite you in some of those games that we've lost by 6, 8, 10, where you can use those extra points.
McCulloch fouled after collecting her own offensive rebound, not shooting on the foul shot. Mueller back into the game for McCulloch. Lucas to inbound. She goes up top to Paul. Paul finds Mueller. Uses the Palillo screen. Finds Paul for 3. Oh, that one was halfway down. And that's going to be a foul on Malden. It's going to stay Arlington basketball, as Gianna did a really nice job coming in to get that rebound. She was pushed by number 4, so Arlington ball, Malden already up to 4 fouls on the quarter. Next one will put Arlington at the free throw line. Paul finds O'Hagan down low. Ooh, that shot's blocked, but foul called on number 4, and so Molina will go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and every foul from here on out, Jeff, Arlington's gonna be going to the free throw line.
Yeah, which is A, great. B, again, I just love the consistency of the aggressiveness this quarter.
It's first shot for O'Hagan down.
It's always easy, as we've talked about in games like this, when you know it's out of reach, to get a little lazy, take easy shots, and Arlington hasn't done that. They've just kept pushing, which is fantastic.
And the cheer you just heard was because senior Jane Clorty back into the game, replacing Eileen Lucas. Actually really like that move. Get some height on the court, counteract number 4 for Malden. What we need to do now, Jeff, is just get rebounds and limit their possession. So good to see Jane on the court. And there, again, good team box out for Arlington. Paul comes up with the rebound. She's going to push ahead. Arlington leading by 17 now. Into O'Hagan. Mueller kicks it out to Palillo. And Arlington settles down. Clorty's open. She'll throw up a hook shot. Can't get that one to go. Love the attempt. Malden ball. And Weezy's able to collect that one for the steal. And she'll bring the ball up for Arlington. 2.5 minutes left here in the game. Up top for Clorty, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line for 2. And you can bet that the fans are going to love this and be cheering this on for Jane Clorty, shooting 2 free throws, with Arlington leading 49-32. First shot rims out for Jane. Oh. Second shot halfway down. That seems extremely unkind on senior night. Number 4 for Malden can't get that one to go. Paul with the rebound, she pushes up ahead. Kicks it out to O'Hagan. Find Clorty down low. She's gonna stay on it, dive on the ball. Unlucky call, gonna get called for travel there. As number 20, senior Aaron Grande back into the game, replacing Melina O'Hagan. As we are back to the starting, no, not quite. I was gonna say to the starting lineup for tonight. Weezy Mueller, the lone junior, on the court with 4 seniors. DeAngelis may be done for the night too, Jeff. She had best game of the season for her, 11 points, key contributor here for the victory that Arlington's going to come away with.
Yeah, and I will say without a shadow of a doubt, when I think back, when we get to the off season.
Oh, Grande for 3, and the bench would have lost it had that gone down. Nice looking shot for her.
This I will remember this game as the Zoe game. It was fantastic to see her play tonight. Every story I hear is every story I hear is she's a great teammate. She busts her butt in practice. She probably hasn't gotten as much playing time this season. I'm sure she would have liked, but on senior night to come out with 11 points and just play as strong as she did down low. This was awesome. I'll remember this game for a long time.
Palillo's first free throw, no good. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, Jeff. Such a fun night, energy-wise. I've heard that DeAngelis is the comic relief for the team. Fan favorite for sure. Great teammate. Awesome to see her have the game she did. As Palillo gets one to go.
There we go.
And the good vibes for senior night continues as Arlington gets to the 50-point mark, which is awesome for them. Up by 18 now, just over a minute to go. See if we can't close this one out with some style. Clorty's gonna get called for the foul. Looked like a clean block to me. Free throw shot up and down for number 44. Second shot no good. Clardy rips down the rebound, gets tied up. Looked like could have been called over the back from behind. It's going to stay Arlington basketball. I think the referee's at this point swallowing the whistle, just trying to get out of here without calling any more fouls. Palillo into Mueller. Would love to see one more good shot attempt here for one of our seniors.
Totally agreed.
Palillo thought about it. Grande's open, swings it to Palillo. She'll drive and put up the shot. Can't get that one to fall. Nice possession, and a great way to close out the game here for Arlington, as they're going to win their 4th ball game of the season. As the Malden coach calls timeout, 28 seconds left. Sorry, can't quite see the scoreboard from our vantage point up here. And just a great opportunity here, I think, for Arlington to, again, celebrate the seniors, enjoy the victory, breathe a sigh of relief, as it was, you know, a little close for a while, but they settled into the game, Jeff, and played a pretty complete ball game for almost the whole game. They
really did, and you know, unfortunately, the season is winding down. As you just said, this will be our 4th win. We have a chance to go to Methuen next week, looking for number 5. And, you know, again, for most programs, Arlington included, I don't think they came into the year, I don't think coaches came into the year hoping for 5 wins. I think they came in hoping for a lot more than that. But from where the program was last year to where they are this year, I think it's a huge improvement. I think the play on the court is significantly increased and improved over last year. And, you know, nothing in life is easy. Nothing hard is easy. And, you know, taking the program from where it was at to where we want to be isn't going to be easy. But I think we have the right girls, and I think we have the right program, and you know, I hope the coaches see that, and I think we have the right coaches to continue leading them, and I'm hopeful. I'm just hopeful we keep pushing in this direction, and you know, next year we try to jump from 5 to 10.
And it is great to see the starting lineup back on the court, as Martinelli has put all 5 of the seniors back out there for Arlington. DeAngelis is back out there joining captains Paul and Palillo, along with Clardy and Grande. First shot no good for Malden. Under 25 seconds here. Shot clock is turned off. Second free throw good, and Arlington should have the opportunity here to dribble out the ball game, and these 5 seniors should get a well-deserved round of applause for all their contributions tonight and over the past 4 years. DeAngelis wants more. I don't blame her, the way she's been shooting the ball. Under 10. Palillo with the steal. That's going to put the icing on the cake. Up ahead, DeAngelis takes another one. Why not? It's senior night. We're going to let that one fly. Arlington wins the game 50-34, and some heartwarming scenes here as everybody's coming out to hug the seniors. The student section loves it. The parents and grandparents and family section loves it. This was a great night, a great game. Arlington has 1 game remaining next week, a rematch on the road, as Jeff mentioned, against Methuen, Tuesday night for that one. This is our final ACMi broadcast for the season. We may have a couple of the varsity girls join us for post-game interviews. As we wait for them, Jeff, your take on this evening's game, anything you want to expand upon?
I had high hopes coming in. We didn't get the start I would have hoped for, but I'm really happy with how we're walking out of here. Great way to end the last game at home for the season. I really think the girls have been playing good ball the last couple weeks. There was 1 game against Woburn where we got blown out, but even that game, I think that was more about Woburn than it was about us. I thought the girls showed up there. I just think their effort's been great. I think that what they're putting out on the court's been great, and I think at times they're their own worst enemy. So I'm just happy to see. I'm happy to see it translate to the scoreboard in some of these games, and I'm happy to see them do what they should do against teams that we should beat.
Agreed.
So again, I'm ecstatic. I'm terribly sad the season's over. I've loved doing this with you this season, and can't wait for December, November 2024.
Me neither. It's going to be fun. Looks like we have some of the seniors about to join us, so give us a moment as we get things set up. We're going to have some interviews, celebratory interviews with the seniors in a couple minutes. All right, welcome back. I am joined by 4 of our amazing senior players, Jane Clordy, Zoe DeAngelis, Lily Paul, and Gianna Palillo. First of all, captains Palillo and Paul, nice job. Great victory. Talk to me a little bit about how special, Gianna, first with you, how special senior night was, the energy of the group, and a little bit about the game.
Honestly, I feel like it took us a minute to get the game started, but throughout the whole game, we just had such good energy, and it was so exciting seeing basically everyone got on the court, and it was just so we were cheering, and the energy was so high, and we were just getting points, and it was such a good night. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
I agree. I could feel the emotion up here. I think as fans watching you guys, we were getting a little choked up.
Me too.
It's okay. It's all right to express the emotions. Lily, talk to me a little bit from your perspective. What makes this group of seniors kind of so special to you?
Definitely our dynamic. The energy is always great. We always have so much fun together, and I'm really just gonna miss these girls a lot next year.
I feel that, and we felt that up here. Why don't we pass the mic to 2 others, and we'll kind of get the rotation going. Stay in the shot, though.
Okay.
We'll probably come back to you. Zoe and Jane, you guys want to go next? Zoe, I'll start with you. First of all, what a game. You were shooting lights out. Really fun to see. Talk to me just about how that was going for you, how the energy and how the flow was working for you tonight.
I mean, it was senior night, so everyone was already pumped up and everything, and I just thought if I was gonna go in, I was gonna make the most out of my opportunity. So I just kind of took that and ran with it. Good energy means good shots, and yeah.
I love it. And there was a stretch in the third quarter. Malden had closed a little bit. It was getting a little tight, and you hit 4 absolutely critical points in a row that kind of reset the boundary, and kind of iced the game at that point. Was that something you've been practicing? Was that just always there? You just felt it?
I mean, we always practice go hard no matter what. I kind of didn't really see the score. I mean, I saw the score, but it was kind of in the back of my head. I was just play hard the entire time, and I saw those open shots, and I just took it and helped the team.
Love it. Jane, nice game for you. Super fun to see you back out there. I know you had some injuries and some sicknesses earlier on in the season. Talk to me about how fun it is kind of being back out there on the court with the team, both in practice and in these games.
Yeah, it's super fun to be finally back out on the court. It's a really supportive team, and they've definitely had my back the whole season, even though like I couldn't compete in most of it. But everyone's been so supportive, so it's really awesome to finally get out there on the court.
That's great. And what about the student section tonight? There was a big crowd here for a Tuesday night, you know. So talk to me a little bit about just seeing your friends out there and hearing the cheering when you guys came on and off the court.
Yeah, we always love when people like come out to our games. It makes it like way more fun to play. Like they'll certainly have a good time yelling at the other team when they're on the free throw line, which is always fun to watch. And yeah, we just always play good with the crowd, I think.
That's awesome. Okay, so why don't we pass the mic back to Erin?
Should I pass mine?
Yeah, once you give that back to John, I want to ask her one more question at the end here. We'll give Lily a chance to collect her emotions.
For real.
Erin, it was great to see you out there tonight. Give me your thoughts on this group and this team and how the season's gone.
Yeah, it's gone great. Like, there's a lot of like improvements that everyone made. I'm really proud of all of us.
Yeah, I really noticed that. I feel like the past 4 or 5 games you guys have really gelled. Some of the some victories on the season. The game that you all played against Lexington earlier this week, I thought was probably the best performance of the season, given the quality of that opponent. How have you guys been able to kind of weather some tough early season struggles and you're playing your best basketball now?
Yeah, just like listening to each other and like making each other like feel better.
Yeah, that's awesome. I could see that your communication was fantastic tonight, and the energy's been there the whole season. So congratulations again on senior night. Gianna and all of you, actually, one of the things that I want to say just as a fan, as a parent watching you guys, I've appreciated not only your leadership on the basketball court, but just the good academic students that you guys are and the role models that you provide for the younger players. Gianna, I know you've got some options when it comes to colleges. You want to make an official announcement tonight, or are you still mulling things over?
Oh my God, that would have been so exciting. But I'm probably going to UMass for the business program there.
Fantastic.
I'm still waiting on UConn, but
Good
yeah, I'm
for you.
probably going there. I'm really excited about it.
Well, that's awesome. I know you guys have put in the work and have a lot of great options for next year. Congratulations again on senior night. Go enjoy with your teammates and enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much.